It just, for me, this is the discipline I follow in my own voice. I'll be 75 here in a month, and I still sing. So
Yeah.
that must credit some ability of efficiency and balance and coordination. And I also have been fascinated my whole life with the idea of work. The old idea of work smart, not hard. When we hear an intense, beautiful, expressive sound, in our younger years, we interpret that as kind of screwing up the whole body to put energy into it. And like athletes have to learn, there's a certain level of balance. Some people would say relaxation. I would call it more purposed muscle intention, that the muscles are allowed to work together in a very efficient manner. In fact, if you look at some of the great singers of the world, it just doesn't look like they're working very hard, does it?
Right.
And yet they produce this amazing amount of sound because they have discovered the idea of the singer's formant, and they've discovered how to shape vowels in a way that flow from one to the other flexibly, and all these issues come into play. So for me, a pro art represented an organized way I could make sure I kind of checked off all the boxes in my head, so that when a student, for instance, is working too hard, where's the work coming from? And why are they working so hard when they could work less hard to produce a more expressive sound?
Right. Yeah, that's really interesting. And I'm thinking of it in the terms now that you're laying out, or kind of in the framework that you're using for this nested hierarchy. And I'm thinking immediately at the school choir level, where we're teaching kids who are beginners. I know that probably the most common out of order thing that I see with teachers of young singers is we're going to talk to them so much about how to breathe. But then, as you mentioned the onset before, if the vocal folds don't touch when they make sound, it doesn't, all the air leaks out anyway. So
You know,
we have to get to that.
yeah, William Bernard said in one of my first lessons, once he found out I was a brass player, he said, teaching breathing is a 15-minute problem. Spending more time on it than that is really a waste of time.